When the lights come on, she's ready to rise. Donnelly steps up with faith in her eyes. Puzzle pieces fitting, stars up in the sky. With every prayer and song, she'll make your spirit fly.
She's got the voice that can heal the soul. Singing, gaming, she's on a roll. Star Wars battles to her prayerful light. Donnelly's shining through the night. Shine on, Donnelly's, you light up the way. Singing, praying, bringing hope today.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's,
You're our shining song. In the game or the prayer, she's standing tall. With every step, she answers the call. Blessings in her heart, light in her soul. With Donnelly's, we're ready to roll.
raise your hands, feel the groove. With her faith and her love, you can't lose.
From the galaxy far to the prayers so deep, Donnelly's is the joy we keep.
Shine on, Donnelly's, you're the light we need.
With every song and every prayer you lead.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's, you're our shining song. Shine on, Donnelly's. Shine on.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. I was able to get what was I going to say? I was able to get my laundry done. There we go. I was able to get my laundry done. Today is going to be getting my bedding washed because I got my laundry done late last night. I did not have time to do my bedding. I got sidetracked, I guess, after getting home from hanging out with Soul. I got home and then found out that I potentially needed to do some vacuuming in our guest room. Ended up not having to do that. And then went over to get some ice cream at a nearby ice cream place. And then ended up just getting sidetracked and taking it chill until my mom was like, "Hey, didn't you say you wanted to get laundry done?" By that point, it was like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Probably closer to 9:30. And so I'm like, yeah, I did. I should probably go put that on speed wash. So I ran upstairs, got it on speed wash, and then tried to put it on speed dry. And it was taking forever to dry. By this point, it's about 10, almost 10:30 at night. And I'm like, you know what? I am exhausted. I just need to go to bed. And so the clothes were like 80% dry. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like hang them up around my room, let them dry, finish drying overnight, and we'll go from there. And it worked! So after stream today, I'm gonna finish putting everything away that needs to get put away, and I'm gonna get laundry done, and then, or my bedding done. And then I need to decide, do I go for a bike ride or do I go hit the gym? That is the question of the hour, because my GM for my usual Saturday event is not feeling well today, and so he pretty much canceled session today. And so I have time to go and do that, and then some of my friends from church invited me over for a Galentine's Day, so I need to also do a little bit of shopping for that. I need to find like a little side dish. Normally for those kinds of events, I love to go with Little Smokies, but I've found that I am the only one really that eats those Little Smokies. And so I'm gonna just find some little like finger food thing, or I'll get those like super sugary cookies with the piles of frosting on it, and that'll work. It'll work, because they're gonna have mostly finger foods there anyway, and so it should be perfectly fine. Should be perfectly fine. And then that goes that starts at about 5, and it's like 5 minutes away, so I have plenty of time to get some shopping done, because I also need to run across town to the store where I get my soap that I really, really like, and pick up more of that, because I ran out. And I should have gone, but I wasn't sure what their hours were, so... But yeah, we're having a Galentine's Day thing, and it's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited. Good morning, Soul. Good morning, Dusty. Good morning, Treasure Chest. Dusty woke up again to snow again 3 weeks in a row. Treasure Chest says, just stopped by to say hi, gonna chat with someone from Lux and watch some Winter Olympics before going to a concert tonight. You have to find some breakfast side to go for your Galentine's Day brunch. It's on the 21st. Ooh! Depending on what what's being served at the brunch, that can affect what you bring as far as sides. You could go with sausage. Sausage goes with practically everything, and breakfast-wise, and it's nice and quick. You could do that. You could maybe do like some biscuits, something like that. That could work. About to watch some Olympics. Enjoy, Dusty. What events are on today? I have not had a chance to look at the events coming that are going today. Although I did watch some of the opening ceremonies last night. Oh, they said to bring your favorite breakfast. Okay, gotcha. Since you had said breakfast side, I was thinking sides to go with. Whatever the main course was. But if they said to bring your favorite breakfast, that's even better. I would definitely be bringing pancakes or waffles. But yeah, I watched some of the opening ceremony last night, and I was like, that is so cool. Like, they had this, like, almost like the snail shell thing with the road. And they had, like, all the different colors. Like, my brain immediately, when I saw all the different colors, my brain went to, because I am a musical theater nerd, went to Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I was going with Mom, or watching with Mom. Oh, there's speed skating right now. Enjoy! Talk to you later, Treasure Chest. And so I see all these colors, and I look at Mom and I go, all that's missing is either go, 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 Joseph, you know what they say. Hang on now, Joseph, you'll make it someday. Or Joseph in the middle, going, I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art, such a dazzling coat of many colors. Like, that is one of my favorite musicals. It's probably number 2 or 3. Yeah, it's definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. If I had to pick top 5, Les Mis definitely takes the number 1 spot. And then the rest in no particular order. Anastasia, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Sound of Music, Wicked. Did I say Anastasia? Because Anastasia's up there. I can't even remember if I said Anastasia. I'm pretty sure I did. Because I listen to the Anastasia soundtrack like all the time. Did you guys know that there is a Tarzan Broadway musical? It's one of the... Let me see if it even is still playing at all anywhere. Or if it's closed, like, completely. A musical based on the Walt Disney Animation Studios' '99 film of the same name. Phil Collins wrote the music. Okay, so it hasn't been on Broadway since like 2006, 2007, but this year, or last year, it was in Tokyo and Hamburg. And then in 2023, it was in Stuttgart. So it's apparently very popular in Europe. Because everything except for... Let's see... Yeah, because everything except for Broadway is Europe. Because you've got 2007 at The Hague, which is the capital city of South Holland, the South Holland province of the Netherlands, according to Wikipedia. Then you have Hamburg, then Stuttgart, then Oberhausen, then Stuttgart again, then Hamburg, and then Tokyo. So it's very popular in Europe, and then randomly Japan and America. But it has some really, really good music. I have the Broadway soundtrack for Tarzan, and it is, oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. If you guys ever want to have a listening party of that, definitely let me know. Aw, Soul, you would gladly eat the Smokies? Yes! Oh, that makes me so happy because so few people from my church like the Little Smokies. Or it could just be there's so many other things that maybe were there that they just like better. Maybe? I don't know. That is true. Japan has Tokyo Disney, so I can kind of see that. That's a very valid point, Soul. Dude, Soul, one of these days, we have to go to Disney Paris. And we'll get the Park Hopper Pass. And we're gonna go between the two parks, and it's gonna be amazing. You could literally do... You could do, like, a day at one park and a day at the other, or you can try and do both in one day, because they're on the smaller side compared to the ones here in the States. But they are so much fun, and they have so many fun rides and amazing restaurants. I got to eat at the Ratatouille restaurant, Chez Remy, when we went there, and I had... Oh gosh, what did I get? Looking it up. Bistro Chez Remy. Bookings and menu. Disney Paris. Oh good, it's in English. The website's in English. Let's see. Can I see their menu? Hey, how's it going, Joe Boy? I know it was like some kind of a stew, but I can't remember what it's called. see. But it was a beautiful, awesome restaurant. Bistro Chez Remy. We're not looking at... Alright, let's try Bistro Chez Remy menu. We'll try that. The beautiful thing is, Seoul, so many people there speak English that as long as, like, if you speak even just a little bit of French, it makes the, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of meet each other halfway. Let's see here. Does it have anything on the menu? Or about the menu, I should say. It does not. Oh well, I can't find it. I loved the stew that I got there. It was like a stew, but it was a more mild stew, and it was delicious. I absolutely loved it. One of the best meals I've ever had. And it was so good. I absolutely loved that. Absolutely loved that particular, because it was a vegetarian, I believe, dish. And it was one of those things if you guys know anything about me, you know I'm a bit of a picky eater. And so I was like, oh no, what if I don't find something that I like? And so I'm looking at the menu and I see that they had this stew, and I'm, comparing what I know of my French from my French, and having my sister and brother-in-law translate some of it as well. And I'm like, that sounds great. The stew sounds perfect. And guys, when I tell ya, I could have stopped about 2/3 of the way through. I'm not lying. It was that hearty of a stew that I did not have to eat until dinner, and maybe could have gone a bit longer. It was so good. So good. And then the rides were fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And so for those of you who don't speak French, your go-to phrase will most likely be a mixture of "Je ne parle pas français." So that looks like this. Je ne parle pas français. Or you can say, parlez-vous anglais? Which is, do you speak English? And it's the more formal version. So since we don't know the people that we will typically be talking to when we visit another country, they like it when you use the vous form. So you didn't really have any problems the last time you went to France, now that I mention it? That's very true. It depends on where you go. If you're going to the more touristy heavy areas like Paris, for example, you're going to find more people that at least speak some English. They tend to speak enough English that you'd be able to get by. And when you go to the more, not as touristy heavy spots, that might be a rarer find. But they are learning English. Like, they do learn English there. That's part of their curriculum, actually. And so you'll be able to, you'll find varying degrees of fluency in English. But one of the things that I found fascinating was when I got back from France for the second time, I think, I was working my current job, and one of my coworkers was wondering, if you ever had to call emergency services, would there be somebody there who speaks English, or would you have to do what we do and get a translator service? And there was, so I Googled, and it was interesting to find that in order to be a 911 operator, you have to have a certain fluency in English, because they know that we Americans and people from the UK come and visit a lot, and so they want us to be able to talk to them and be able to, they know we're gonna like freak out and panic in moments of emergency like any normal human, and they want us to be able to speak our heart language. You'd likely stick to the more formal one anyway. The less formal sounded easier for you to butcher. That's fair. That's totally fair. Oh man, I am currently working on learning past tense and future tense in Duolingo, and man, I'm getting better at identifying it when reading it, but knowing, like recognizing it during fill in the blank moments, I'm like, oh, this one? I'm still going to my brother-in-law and sister and going, okay, explain this to me, because Duo is not. Didn't care much for the big tourist spots, but you had a host family during your France stay, so that helped a lot too. Oh, that's good, because the host family probably had to have a certain degree of fluency in English for hosting somebody from America. So that also makes sense. Although I will say, when we were in Paris, the one real downside to the trip in Paris was when we did not get back to our Airbnb until like 1:30 in the morning, because we were on the train. So Disney Paris was the last stop on that particular line, and we were the stop before Disney Paris for our Airbnb. So we're at Disney Paris, we'd finished the day, it's like 11 o'clock at night, we're exhausted, possibly getting close to midnight, and we're going up the escalator, we get on a train, and our first clue should have been that we saw all these people practically pouring out of the train.
Look at chat, streamer, chat, streamer, look at chat.
Captain America, how are you, my friend? It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, my friend. How has life been treating you? It is good to see you, my friend. But yeah, our first clue should have been that people were like not able, like that train was not looking like it was gonna move. And so we go from this train over here to this practically empty train over here, right? We get on, we decide, you know what, we're tired, let's just go up to the top part and do the, just sit, find a spot to sit. And so we did, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. About half an hour later, this kind of garbled to my ears transmission comes over the loudspeaker and speaking, clearly French, but very garbled and very fast. She's, telling us something, and I see my sister and brother-in-law, their faces get downcast, and like half the train is going, no! And I look at my sister and brother-in-law and go, what does it say? And they said, well, somebody left something on the train at our stop, so they can't move the train until they do a security sweep. And they don't know how long that's going to take. And so we're like, oh no, we're exhausted. It's like somewhere between midnight and 12:30 at this point. And so we wait about another half hour to an hour just sitting there. And they move us to the other side of the track. And because they found they had done the security sweep, and they just needed, they couldn't necessarily get this train going for some reason. I can't remember why. But the train on the other side of the tracks, they could. And so we move over to the other train, we get to our stop, we walk to our Airbnb. We were exhausted and just collapsed into bed. I'm pretty sure we slept in that next morning. The entire host family in France was fluent, but when you were in Japan, only the mom spoke English, so the experience was a little different. Both were awesome. That totally makes sense. I could totally see where having an entire host family fluent and being able to talk to them and get to know them versus only really being able to get to know one person would make a huge, huge difference as far as your experience there. And that is so cool that you got to do that, Soul, because that is something that honestly I would have loved to have done. I kind of wish that I had been able to do something like that, but I also understand where my parents were coming from in regards to, I don't know how we feel about you staying in another country where you don't know the language with people that we don't know, you know. Like, I can see both sides, but I still kind of wish I'd been able to do it. Oh, man. Well, I'm gonna take a sip of water, and then I'm thinking let's do our Devo time. And then we'll go from there. Alright, today is February 7th. We are reading from the book Experiencing God. Today's devotion is titled Without Faith. Romans 14:23. But whoever doubts stands condemned if he eats, because his eating is not from a conviction, and everything that is not from a conviction is sin. The writer of Hebrews reminds us that without faith it is impossible to please God. Hebrews 11:6. Whenever God reveals something, he expects us to believe him and adjust our lives accordingly. What does this mean? It means we trust him implicitly for all of our needs because he says he will provide. Philippians 4:19. It means we approach crises with the assurance that God will bring good from them. Romans 8:28. It means we overcome anxiety during stressful situations because God instructs us to bring our requests to him. Philippians 4:6. It means that we never worry that we are alone because God said he would never leave us or forsake us. Deuteronomy 31:6. It means that despite what happens in our lives, we will never doubt God's love because he has told us that he loves us with an everlasting love. Jeremiah 31:3. At times, we try to justify our lack of faith. We know what God has promised, but we doubt that he will make a practical difference in our life. We are filled with anxiety and excuse ourselves by saying, I'm just a worrier. We become bitter during a crisis and reason that God could not possibly bring anything good out of this pain. We appeal for help from everyone around us when we have a need. Then we explain, I know that God can provide for my needs, but I think I should do everything I can, just in case. God calls this faithlessness. Faithlessness is sin. Now without faith, it is impossible to please God. Hebrews 11:6. To a certain extent, I agree. I think there comes a point where, yes, we do need to trust that God is going to meet our needs. I've heard so many stories of God providing. I've heard stories of people worried that they wouldn't be able to pay a bill, and all of a sudden they get a check in the mail that they weren't expecting. And it happened to be just enough to cover that bill. I've heard people wondering where their next meal will come from, and somebody knocks on the door and says, hey, have a meal, I have extra. You know, I've heard of stories of provision. And there are times where no matter how much we want to, we're not going to be able to plan for every contingency. We're not necessarily going to be able, like, we need to do what we can to make sure that we're prepared. Yeah, exactly. Pray first. Exactly. Like, yes, rely on the people that God has put in your life to help you. Because God does use our circle to do amazing things. He uses people to help accomplish his plan. Yes, he can put a timely check in the mail, but that means that he put it on somebody's heart to send that check. When you get a surprise meal because somebody made extra, God put you on that person's heart. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those things where, yeah, I agree with you, Soul. To an extent, I agree. Because we do need to do our part to take, to be ready for everything that life is going to throw our way. But we're not going to be able to plan for every contingency. We're not going to be able, we're always told, save for a rainy day. Growing up, that was something I was always told, was you need to save and set aside because you don't know when something is going to come up. You don't know when your car is going to break down. You don't know when you're going to have a plumbing issue and have to pay for that. You don't know when the electric bill, might be a little bit more expensive one month than you were anticipating. So I was always told, put a little bit aside for a rainy day. But I think what he's trying to get at is don't try to excuse, don't try to use any of that as an excuse for not going to God. I think is what he's trying to say. I think what he's trying to say is, yes, you're going to worry, but give that worry to God. Yes, you're going to run into financial hardship, but give that financial hardship to God and let him work. So I get what you're saying, Soul, where it's your takeaway is to pray first. Exactly. So pray first and say, God, I don't see a way out of this in my own power. What do you need me to do? Yeah, talk to him and include him and don't treat him as an afterthought. And then the other side of that coin, one of my favorite songs by my favorite voice actor, Vic Mignogna, is called Pot-Bellied Buddha. And what it is it's about how there's a group, there's phases in life, and there are people out there who treat God like a genie. And the chorus goes, I kind of treat him like a pot-bellied Buddha I take down from the shelf when I get in a pickle, when I can't help myself. My pot-bellied Buddha rub his tummy and pray till I'm clean out of trouble, then I put him back on a shelf for another day. And so essentially what he's saying is we treat God sometimes like that genie. Like he's in this box on the shelf and we're like, oh no, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Lord, give me what I need. Give me what I need. Okay, thank you. Back in your little box, And so, kind of making sure we're not doing that we're going to him with everything. And like Soul said, not as an afterthought. He's our first stop. He's our first stop. He's not our last. He's not our second, our third, fourth, fifth, whatever. He's our first. And we're going, Lord, put me on somebody's heart. Lord, provide in this. Lord, I don't know how we're going to make ends meet this month, but I know you have a plan in this. And so, for me, I'm looking at that and I definitely can do better in that. I can definitely stand to improve in my prayer life. And so that's something I'm going to continue working on. It's something I feel like I do really well in some seasons, and then I kind of take a bunch of steps back in others. Yeah, that's a heart posture issue. He comes before everything, including the things we think we need. Exactly. And there's a verse. Let's see, what verse is it? I know it's in John. Yeah, John 14, 13, and 14. Whatever you ask in my name, this I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you ask me anything in my name, I will do it. So essentially, people will use that verse completely out of context, or those verses completely out of context, and say, oh yeah, God's going to give me everything I ask for. As long as I say in Jesus' name, I'm going to get it. No. It's whatever you ask in his name, in his plan, in his will. When you and God are in agreement that this is what you need, then it will be done. And the more that we continue to walk with God, the more the two will become aligned. The more we're not going to be asking for the trivial things, the more we're not going to be asking for, things that are clearly not aligned with his will. But we're going to start asking more for the things that do align with his will, because our will and his will are going to become more and more in line. We're going to start seeing him at work more. We come to him with our needs in humility. Exactly. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Amen. You have such a good pastor. And some of my favorite verses are actually the two following verses. It's going because of... There we go. That's what we want. This is our litmus test for our thoughts. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. And that is our litmus test for our thought process. Are we thinking about things that are lovely, commendable, excellent, worthy of praise, true, honorable, just, pure? And the more that we do that, the more our heart and God's heart are aligned. And we can definitely see God at work in our thought process, because he is, like Paul says in the previous verses, guarding our hearts and minds in him and making us definitely more and more aligned with him. And so, yeah, that's our devotional for today. So if you take away anything from this, I pray that you remember that God first. Put God first. When you're going through something, give it to him right away. Don't treat him like an afterthought, and don't treat him like a genie. Because he's not. He's not a genie. He is almighty, all-powerful God. And we need to treat him with that respect. And the more that we become like him, the more that our hearts will be aligned with him. The more we'll see him at work. The more the things that we ask for will be in line with the things that he wants us to ask for. So let's go ahead and pray. And then I saw I had one more message from Soul that I need to get caught up on after prayer. But let's go ahead and pray. If you have any prayer requests, please feel free to use that one Channel Point Redemption where it says, please pray for me. That will put it not only here in my chat, but also up in my activity box, so I am guaranteed to see it. I'll look up partway through prayer just to make sure I don't miss anything, and then we'll get caught up on that chat, and then dive into the world of The Sims. Dear God, thank you so much for who you are and how much you love us. Even when we mess up, you still love us, and there is nothing we could do that would ever change that. I pray that we always remember to put you first and to go to you first when we need anything. I pray that you open our eyes to see what you're providing for us. Whether you're using people, like when you're using people in our lives, when you're using us to be a blessing, help us to be able to see you at work in our lives and in the lives of those around us. I ask that you be with each and every person here. Be with Soul and her dad. I ask that you be with his health and help him to feel better. Help Soul as she is going through all these different classes to be able to understand everything that's being taught. For the biopsy next month on her dad to go well and to give answers, and hopefully, if it be your will, to be benign or at least early stage. Or at most early stage, I should say. Lord, I pray over her driving anxiety that you bring it to a more tolerable level. I know it's something that will never fully and completely go away, but I ask that you lessen it to a more bearable level, Lord. I pray over Lotu and her family. I ask that you grant them a miracle for their little girl, Lord. I ask that you be with STL as he's at the Mayo Clinic. Lord, I ask that you heal him because the MRIs show that he had a small stroke within the last couple of weeks. So I ask that you heal him from that. Let there be no lasting effects. I pray that this leads to answers as far as why the constant headaches. Give the doctors wisdom in how best to help him. And I just pray total and complete healing for him, Lord. I pray over Tie-Dye Chef Dave, over Pastor Dustin, over Catherine Naomi and Bearded Beowulf and Captain America, and all the other amazing, amazing Christian streamers. I pray over Kishu and Spark and Ladyfoes and Adafoes, that you just bless them and their families, Lord. I pray over just anybody who needs your guidance today. I pray for Catherine Naomi, for Bearded Beowulf, for Legend of Zyro, that you just guide and direct their paths, Lord. I ask that you be with anybody who is struggling physically, whether illness or injury, that you be with them, Lord. Protect all of the Olympic athletes. I ask that you be with anybody struggling mentally, that you give them the strength to keep going. I pray for the law enforcement officers working to find Nancy Guthrie, that you just guide and direct them, give them evidence that's needed, and also for anybody else in this world who is missing, Lord, that you provide evidence to where that person is so that those cases can be closed and those families can either be reunited or at least have some form of closure. I pray over just anybody who needs to know you, anybody who is searching, anybody who has hardened hearts, anybody who needs an open mind. I ask that you just open minds, soften hearts, use people in their lives to bring them to you, make their hearts fertile soil, Lord. use us as the capital C Church to be a blessing. I pray as we go into a time of fellowship and gaming that you just use me and use this time to bring others to you. And in your name I pray. Amen. Oh, I'm sorry you had a nightmare about its soul. Oh, that's so hard. Then I want to check. There we go. Alright, let's pause the music. Now, when we last left The Sims, we had just started a mystery book, and we were hoping to get it done before our deadline. Because our Sims had their third kid, I'm thinking we're going to have to hire a nanny. You're going to head out and watch women's hockey. USA versus Finland. USA! 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 Go enjoy, Dusty. Oh wow. When did Emrys get all that facial hair? So let us freshen up. Exactly. Donna is a manager behind the scenes, making sure the book comes out on time. Exactly. When do we age her up? In a few days. So by the end of stream, we will have a baby, 2 toddlers, possibly 1 toddler and a child. Alright, we need you to finish the book. She's too uncomfortable. Let's see, can I buy, using Sims points, can I get an energized and have her take that? Let's use the sleep one, I think. Have you drink that. Her energy should go up. Resume the writing. We are making sure that the story gets written, and we are also making sure that our children are taken care of. So we are going to go ahead and hire a service. We're going to hire a nanny. Exactly! Drink your energy boost and get back to work! They'll arrive in 10 minutes. And hopefully they will give Bridget a bath, because Bridget is in desperate need of a bath. As is little Aaron. Yeah, I kind of like this little bit more freshened up look, but I'm not 100% sure how I feel. Yes, they really are in dire need of a nanny. We have a pup. Alright, cool. I like this nanny. Aw, Aaron's playing with Jojo! And we're just gonna have the nanny stay there for a good long while. Because it's hard taking care of. Too much to try and do to take care of all these kids. Too much to do and they're incapable of doing it all, partially because they're Sims. In fact, dare I say mostly because they're Sims. Because there's just no way that these Sims, by refusing to do all the things that they're needing to do, they just can't. Because they absolutely refuse to. Oh, you're too grungy now? What are you doing? Ellis, you've got to get upstairs. Finish your book. Yes, mostly because they are Sims who are refusing to listen to their commander-in-chief. And at least with having a nanny, the nanny will be able to take care of, things while they catch up on sleep and catch up on work that needs to be done. We have Aaron, Bridget, and Carly. Now, Ellis, you need to get back upstairs to the office and write your book. And you do not come downstairs until your book is written. Let the nanny do her job. And you do yours. If there's a way to make things harder on themselves, they'll find it. Exactly. Little pup Jojo. It's coming up, 'cause she has to have this in by 9 o'clock. It's down to the wire. Yup, the kids have a nanny and I'm her nanny. Exactly. Let's see, will we finish this story in time? Keep on writing. You keep writing until you have finished this book. Okay, now. Send. Approved! Amethyst! How are you doing, my friend? Good. Hallelujah. We got the story in with 40 minutes to spare. Alright, go take care of your baby. Fatbeard! Hi! Let me type type something to you so you can hear. Since you have no audio on at the moment. Doing okay? I'm doing good. What are you up to? Right? 40 minutes to spare. That is really down to the wire. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so... Oh, look at little Aaron going down the stairs! So we just have her as an infant for a few more days. And then we're gonna need to buy a third or a second crib. Alright, let's have the dad give his kid a bath. Because she desperately needs one. That's the thing I've noticed about these guys, is that they literally get, like, the infants get so dirty so fast. Will you give your kid a bath, please, Emrys? Just woke up, was late, was feeling well, doing okay now. Gotcha! What do you have planned for today, Amethyst? Anything fun? Or is there still a ton of snow there that you gotta deal with? Speaking of adults who don't always take the best care of themselves. Gonna go check on the parental unit? Sounds good. Tell him I said hi. Oh, we're working on flashcards. That ought to get our attention need met. Alright, maybe the mom will give her kid a bath, because maybe hiring a nanny wasn't the best idea. The nanny is not really doing a whole lot to make sure that these kids are taken care of. Why is no one giving poor Bridget a bubble bath? I don't have it blocked. You're so sick of snow, you want sunshine and 70 degrees? There you go. Come on, somebody give this kid a bath! I am so frustrated that this kid is not getting a bath when she desperately needs one. Ads start in just a minute. Alright, maybe we just need to let the nanny do her thing. Maybe if we just stop trying to control everybody else, the nanny will feel like she can do her job. Dorito's got lots of toys, so that's good. Newborn's asleep. She still is in desperate need of a bath. Why does the nanny not want to give? It's looking good. Already took off on a coffee breakfast run. Now you're the one who will be receiving sustenance. There you go. And the nanny just left. The nanny literally just left. She's like, hey, I stayed a few hours. Our time together's done. Bye. Did we, like, dismiss her for the day? In that case, be parents and give your kid a bath. Okay, at least she's not feeling like she's... They're always canceling the need to, or the thing to give the kid a bath. Why? Do not go to sleep. Get a bath from mom. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe that's what it takes, is doing it from the baby's perspective. Apparently that's what it takes. For those of you that were in Adland, I moved to playing as little Bridget, ask for a bath from mom, Ellis, and finally we get a bath. A much needed, long overdue bath. That is true. At least she stayed long enough for Ellis to make her deadline. Okay, so now let's go ahead and you go ahead and play. And then you go ahead and let her out of her little chair. We need to find her Wabbit tablet. Have her play some Sim Shape. There we go. Emrys is being a good dad and taking care of Carly. We got a mop. You mistook the gnomes as creepily still children. I love it. You are not getting attention. You are fine. Right now, you're mostly just needing some sleep. That is true. That is a valid point. Ellis, what are you doing? And why? Throw it away. And And oldest daughter is going to continue playing. Let's debug, I guess. And go take a nap. Right? Because she's a sim. That's all the need and reason there is. Go grab a serving of chili. And you know what? We're just gonna put all these gnomes out in the yard. We'll just have them kind of keep an eye there. Put that there. Oh, good. All three kids are asleep. Oh, now Emerus is like, yes. He's like, yes, we finished our early dinner and the kids are all asleep. Put them in the yard so they don't give Soul a mini scare again. I'm kind of not sure how I feel about how big the bathroom is down here. I'm gonna go into build mode. Turn it this way a bit. There. That can look decent. And then maybe we move the stairs over a bit. Once we know that she's upstairs. Okay, good. They are both successfully upstairs. Huh. I kind of like the idea of having the sink. Oh, is it the light? Maybe? Is that what it is? What object is it intersecting? Okay, so it's not the light, it's something else that it's intersecting. Oh, is it the door that it's intersecting? Okay, so we wouldn't be able to do that without having to move the TV a bit. Yeah, it is the door that it's worried about. Alright, let's say we move the TV. Where's our couch? What happened to our couch? Hey, Mad Mamas! How's it going? Okay, so now I can move the door a bit. There we go. We need the mirror there. And we'll put that like that. Now what we need is this up. I'm gonna put that as a light in the bathroom. Okay, so the tub keeps it from being there. Okay. We can kind of put the playpen there, maybe. I'm gonna move that window there. Move the TV down. Dog toys can go there. Maybe I'll sell this TV and get a different one. That's a little bit smaller. Too big. There we go. And I feel like that fits with their aesthetic a bit more. There, because now Now the bathroom isn't quite as monstrous. We're gonna get caught up here. Mama checking in, covered in prayers and kindness, leaving work. I hope you're driving safe. Fortunately, it was the beards that gave them away. Children don't tend to have those. That is a good point. That is a very good point. Ooh, this also means I can move that there and put that back there. There we go. And now everybody, well, almost everybody, is napping. Okay, let's clean this up a bit. And we'll ask Jojo to go potty. She's like, that nap wasn't enough. I need more sleep. Dorito has learned to pee outside. Good job, Jojo. Good Jojo. Now, how are we feeling about Emerus's facial hair? Do we want to keep it or do we want to have him shave? What a good doggo! Yay! I agree. I agree, Amethyst. What a good doggo. She's like, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Now the question is, how will we fix this? Will we bottle feed like good parents? Or like help explore foods? Are we gonna just let her be hungry? What are we gonna do? We're gonna bottle feed, ladies and gentlemen! It's bottle feeding time! Okay, so we need to rearrange this a little bit. We need to get another crib because we're gonna have 3 kids in that room. They are all gonna pretty much share a room for at least starting out. So Amethyst, have I given you a tour of the Hannah family household? Of the Hannah family house? Because if not, then I will be more than happy to. Okay, so this right here is our master bedroom. Here's the kids' room. And then we have kind of a great room feel. We've got our little kitchen / dining room / living room. And then we have the downstairs bath. And then as we go upstairs, we have the upstairs / guest bath, We have a little office, which I'm going to move the light to be a little more central, I think. And then we have a guest room, which I think is eventually going to turn into being one of the girls' rooms. And then just kind of an open area right here that may turn into an extra room if needed. And I need to fill in some flooring that I didn't realize I needed to fill in. There we go. Perfect. Now it's all done. And so we have, this is Ellis. She is a freelance writer. And her husband, Emrys, who is a businessman. And these are their children. Their oldest is Aaron, and then Bridget, and then Carly. And their little dog, Dorito. Thank you. I think it is too. I really like the feel that it has. Thank you. I'm working on a story, like an original story, and so the family, most of the family is named after characters from the story. So Emrys, Ellis, and Aaron are all from my story. And then Bridget and Carly are just names that I randomly came up with to kind of stick with that kind of Gaelic feel. Dorito's like, I know my bed is over there, but it's so far away. I'm just gonna sleep right here. Let's check in up here. Oh, hey, Mountain. You've not been having a good few weeks, been working with a possible kidney stone or bladder infection. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Lord, we pray for Mountain that you just heal whatever is going on, whether it's a kidney stone or a bladder infection, and just rid him of it, Lord. And we pray all this in your name. Amen. Yeah, that's understandable. Kidney stones are no joke. Yeah, that totally makes sense. That would be absolutely no fun to deal with. So 2 more days, and we can age up the infant, or the newborn, into an infant. Good thing you took a nap, Ellis, because now the baby's awake. So are we feeling keeping Emrys with the facial hair, or do we want to have him completely shave it all off? Dorito says, "Hi, I'm here. I'm here." Part of me likes the facial hair. Part of me is like, I don't know. Aw, and they're just having a nice casual discussion. He's like, ha, I know. You like it just fine but don't have any preference one way or the other? Okay. I think for now we'll let him keep his facial hair. But maybe for work we'll have him shave. Like maybe it's one of those things where like he's kind of like, oh, the boss didn't really like the facial hair, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shave it. We're just gonna kind of let them do their thing for now. Because, I mean, it is 2 in the morning. They should be asleep. But their needs seem just fine. And then we'll see how the baby, we'll see if they see how the baby's doing. Aw, he's such a good dad. There you go, some toys for you to play with, Bridget. That is true. And the slight facial hair does match. I don't picture him with quite as much facial hair, but I also think that given the way the Sims are, at least this is, you know, it's better than what it could be. If we let him kind of freshen it up, and then we'll have him shave to preferred length. That way it's not completely shaving it, but at the same time it's one of those, like, one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna kind of do our thing. Alright, you're good on your speech. Go ahead and get a bath. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll see how that looks once he's all done with shaving to his preferred length. Go ahead and play Sim Shape. Oh, he just doesn't want the facial hair at all. Apparently his preferred length is not having any at all. Right? Well, that answers that question, I guess. Because apparently he doesn't want the facial hair. His preferred length is, I don't have any at all. Alright, go play with the blocks, Bridget. Sissy's playing with the Wabbit tablets. That means you get to play too. Oh, she's hungry and gonna need a nap soon. Well, we'll see if they decide to actually feed the kid on time. Or if her playing kind of gets in the way of that. I mean, she is having quite a bit of fun, so that's good. Alright, what are our skills looking like? Imagination is good. Thinking is full. Okay. So she's gonna get that top-notch toddler trait. I'm excited for that. Because since we have all of it leveled up so high, that means she gets the top-notch toddler trait. And you know what? We're not really getting much use out of that. Why don't we go ahead and sell it? We're not really getting much use out of the playpen. Had to figure out how to get upstairs without hurting it. Aww. Well, I hope that you're able to get better quickly, because those kidney stones are no fun at all. He's upping his parenting level. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. And then go ahead and play with Aaron. Let's see if we can make it where... Let's see if we can make it where she realizes that she's not alone in the universe. Been here for about a month? Oh my goodness. And you have you gone to the doctor to get that looked at? I love watching them play. Whenever they play, they get to do things like that. Oh, can only have certain amounts of medication. I mean, that's fair. Happy birthday, baby foes! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear baby foes. Happy birthday to you. And many more. We love you, baby foes. Aunt Donna loves you. Did the P test twice and an ultrasound and that found nothing. Aw. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see, I'm going to put a reminder on my calendar. Do I have that? I do, actually. I do have that on my calendar. Perfect. Because I wanted to make sure that I have Baby Foes' birthday on my calendar. Because I need all of my honorary nephews' birthdays. At first it was in your spine. Oh, man. So Carly's happy. Bridget's asleep. Aaron is feeling revved up. Hopefully we'll get some food. So as we can. Make sure that we're not super duper hungry. There we go. Look at you, Ellis. Look at you go, girl. The antibiotic your doctor gave you makes your mouth drier than the Sahara? Oh, man. A year ago today, you got your epidural so you could start having your baby. Oh! He is so precious, and I cannot believe how fast a year has gone. I cannot believe that at all. Like, that is just crazy to think about. He just started walking? Oh my goodness! Both of your girls were born on your birthday? Interesting. That's quite interesting. That's cool timing. So we'll just kind of let her play, do whatever they want to. You texted me him walking. Okay. Yeah, we can say that she likes... Oh, that's right, they are twins. Text has not come through yet, but I will definitely watch when it comes through. Alright. Change that dirty diaper. I felt my watch vibrate. There it is! Oh, those giggles! Oh my goodness! Good job, buddy! Good job, buddy! Oh, that big old smile on his face! Oh, that's adorable! Oh my goodness! Ooh, November 16th. Whenever the kids are quiet, you're like, oh no. I know, right? And it comes to a point where you're kind of like, where you're like, okay, what kind of quiet is it? Is it a quiet of they're playing, or they're sleeping, or is it a quiet of I'm worried that they're plotting something? You go do your thing. We can have you cook. Did you let your kid out? Did you let your kid out of the high chair? Right? You're either being good or you're making my blood pressure go up. Exactly. And we'll let him cook. It's a small little kitchen, but it works. It's a good little starter kitchen. Where are you off to? You're just gonna go talk with Mom? Sounds good, Aaron. Mom, come look! Come look what I did! Oh, good job, sweet girl. Now watch Mama do sit-ups and curl-ups and all that. Mostly because of work. Yeah, that makes sense. Work can definitely be a big source of stress, especially when you're in a high-pressure job. Thankfully, my job isn't super stressful, but I also know there's a lot of workplaces that are very, very stressful. Your wife said she wanted more kids and you looked like the James Harden meme. Which one is that? Let me look it up. James Harden meme. Images. Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, I can understand that if you're not, feeling ready for more kids. That's totally understandable. We got enough money. We can replace it. He's a basketball player, and during an interview, he did a funny face and slid away. I love it. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Digi Jojo. The kids are already sound asleep. Yeah, you go ahead and take a nap while they sleep. It's a no-no. In this economy and with how much I make, I don't think that's bueno, right? That's totally fair. That is totally fair and valid. Because you've got to recognize at some point, I can only do so much with the amount of money that I make or with the time that I have. You want to be able to give your kids the amount of attention that they need. And you also want to be able to give them everything they need to be successful. And at a certain point, you have to say, I'm not there, so we shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Imagine what another one would do to you. I mean, to a certain extent, I get it. Especially as far as money is concerned. Yeah, the crib would be a bit too long to do. Yeah, you're hardly home as is. I mean, that's totally fair to not want to subject kids to that. I'm just like watching these kids do what they're doing. He's upstairs browsing the web. That's totally fine. She's like, what's that toy chest over there? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, we should still be able to put Kiddo in the crib there. You only actually get to use 20 to 30% of your paycheck on something you want to do. I mean, I think sadly in this economy that's normal. As it is, I'm saving like crazy trying to get a place of my own. So it makes sense that you're only able to use a certain amount of your paycheck. And that is true. It's not like you can do bring your kid to work day. Well, let's see if Emrys will get the kiddo out of the crib. One of my favorite things about The Sims is when they literally just walk right through each other. Alright, what's going on with the baby? What's wrong, baby girl? Oh, we probably need a diaper change. Yeah, the station ain't for kids. That's totally fair. Aww. Yeah, sadly normal. A lot of people these days are spending 40% of their income on rent alone. Only having 20 to 30% left to actually do something you want is a rarity. Exactly. Exactly. Sadly, with the way the world is right now, it just is the way it is. Your mom wants you to spend some of your money to help her fix her car, and you're like, I mean, we should do what we're able to help our parents if we're able, but I also totally get you're not like, part of me is like, I can totally understand. And that's fair too, depending on how far away you are. I mean, there is, if she's set up for it, there is stuff like Zelle or Cash App or PayPal if she's set up for that. What's Erin gonna do? Is Erin gonna go outside? And is she going, what's that? You know what? Let's just have... Let's have Ellis do it, because we need to up their relationship. You want to help, but she's very scared of those kinds of apps. She thinks someone will hack her money away. And I can understand that, especially if she's not used to that technology. I actually had to explain that to my mom last night, that it doesn't give anybody your bank account info and things like that. So... You try go night-night. You try go night-night, Bridget. Erin and Dad are out here. You'd have to go to your bank, take out a few $100, and then drive upstate. Yeah, that does take a little while. Do not take your kid out of the crib. If you take that kid out of the crib, Emerus, I'm going to be so mad. Yeah, it helps that Zelle is within the bank app itself and is very secure. Exactly, and Cash App to a certain extent is too. Same with Venmo. Yeah, and that's valid. That's valid. Jojo, you went under the bed? What are you doing under the bed, sweet boy? Are you sleeping? Oh, good! USA! 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 You actually had issues with Cash App because you couldn't even log into your account. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I use Cash App and I use Venmo. I can use Zelle. I'm set up for Zelle. You've been trying to make a little extra money with apps like Kalshi, trading on mundane things like the weather. That's valid. I mean, any extra money you can get is good. There we go. Get a little speck of dust out of my eye. Oh, good. She's able to see what they need. That'll definitely help. Go ahead and go to sleep, sweet girl. It's 9:30 at night. It's bedtime. Even Dada's asleep. And we need to change her diaper and then put her to sleep. Yeah, that's totally valid. It was Venmo. I do remember you saying you were having issues with Venmo. You can use Cash App, but mostly stick with Zelle because of the integration with your bank app and overall security. That's totally fair. Girl, go back to bed. I'll grab that automod thing in just a minute. Alright, there we go. Your wife wants some brand name expensive purse and you want to buy it for her, but you can't and you feel like a bum even though you have a job. I mean, it doesn't... At the end of the day, it's one of those things where you do the best you can. You have to explain, even if you have to explain to her, you know, this is why we can't do it. And you're doing a good job. Oh, good. Carly just became friends. Okay, so she's asleep. Okay, that's good. You go ahead and sleep. Oh, I was just saying, you know, at the end of the day, having the latest, most expensive purse, you know, while it's nice to have, I totally get where it's something you can't afford. Like, I know I could only get off-brand Coach purses, for example. Ads start in a minute. Gonna let Mama sleep. Dad'll take care of it. Ooh, I have an idea. I have an idea. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna put that there for a minute. That's not gonna work like I hoped. Okay, so in that case, we can just move the toy chest over here. I just kind of want them to have their own little space, you know? That'll work. That does sound hard, wanting to do something nice for someone but not being able to afford it. But I think it can also feel nice to know that you're doing the right thing for your family by choosing to be responsible with your finances. Agreed. Alright, we will see you guys in a minute. Alright, welcome back. Yeah, it can also feel nice to know that you're doing the right thing for your family by choosing to be responsible with your finances and living within your means. Exactly. Helps to offset the ache of wanting certain things and the ache of certain ones being out of budget a little. Yeah, and it's worth saving up for things. Like there are some times where it's okay to treat yourself. And there are times where it's okay to say, this is something I'm saving up for. I'm putting little bits away. Oh, yeah? I wondered if that was internet or if that was Twitch. Because all of a sudden, on my laptop, which is a MacBook, there have been multiple times where videos have frozen, and it could be either the fact that internet isn't always the best, or maybe an update. How's his energy? His energy's fine, he just needs to get a bath. Was it a MacBook update or an iPhone update? Exactly. Saving up to treat yourself later is best. It makes it even more rewarding. Exactly. I completely and 100% agree. Ooh, I wonder. This stream is frozen 4 times for you already? iPhone and iPad. Okay. Gotcha. So maybe that could explain quite a bit. Okay, now his energy is... At this rate, you're tempted to get an Android. I mean, I personally really like my iPhone, but I can understand the frustration. Jojo, what are you doing? Where you going, boy? Or a Nokia going old school. I remember my parents having a Nokia. We used to play Snake all the time on my parents' old Nokia. Right? Wasn't that so much fun, Soul? He's like, I just want to sleep, baby girl. At least a Nokia is durable. That is true. Six hours? Go ahead and nap. Go ahead and nap. That way you can get more energy, you'll be ready for work. Because you are the regional manager. Now see, this I like. This I like. The kind of slight facial hair for him. Like, not quite the full beard, but the feeling of, like, that almost 5 o'clock shadow early stage. Your dad's got run over and it still worked. It's like, what is this made of? Vibranium? Right? Well, we don't have a child yet, as in a character that's considered a child, because that comes after toddler. So we can't exactly read for 2 hours to them. If that's what's got you all upset... I actually kind of like that. Your favorite dumb phone that you ever had was a Nokia Twist. Twisted open with a fun color-changing ring. Customizable superhero avatars popping up when text messages came through. Just delightfully quirky. Still miss it from time to time. Oh, I love that! My favorite, and I think I still have it in here somewhere. Let me see. I had it in here at one point. I loved my first phone, which was a flip phone. I liked treating it like the communicator from the original series of Star Trek. Dawn of the Enterprise. Dawn of the Enterprise. But I also loved my second phone. Do I happen to have a mod on who could delete that? We already have the best viewers on Twitch. If I don't have a mod on, that's A-okay. If I do, that would be fantastic if you could do that for me, please. My second phone which I enjoyed, was one that it could flip like, kind of like that, to reveal the keyboard. Like the texting keyboard, but it had like a touch screen on the front. Come on. Work with me, mouse. Okay, perfect. Okay. Second best dumb phone was the Samsung rant for how durable it was, and purple. I love it. You remember when they tried to make phones fold into a square? I think one of my friends has one that does that. How about you go and play? The Rant and the Twist both had keyboards. They weren't flip phones, they just kind of slid. That makes sense. She's gonna wake up really having to pee. We're gonna have to make sure that we have her go right away. You remember having a Verizon phone that had an actual keypad with the smallest letters you've ever seen, and it came out from the bottom. You don't remember how it got out. I think I remember one phone where you could do kind of a, like that, and it would slide and then, like, in and out. For how much you like to send in your text, the keyboards were the way to go for you. The Rant certainly lived up to its name and fit your needs. I totally get that. Right? He's just like, I feel mad, and I don't know why. He's like, why did I agree to have 3 kids? Hey, how's it going, Vocal Duck? Happy Saturday Sim stream! You quite miss the physical keyboards on phones. You know what? I kind of do too. I've gotten used to the iPhone keyboard, but at the same time, I'm like, there was something about the clickety-clack that the clickety-clack sound effect just does not scratch, you know? Did she get food? Are you gonna give your child food? There we go. There we go. Give her some food. Kicked the crap out of the trash can. What did it do to you? Right? And we'll do... Let's do some smashed avocado. You wish autocorrect didn't exist? Oh yeah? I like autocorrect to a certain extent. Like, it's fine when it actually is a word that you don't know. You could text without looking at the screen using a physical keyboard. You can't do that anymore, and it's sad. Aww. Let's see, so what's one that we've not tried? Let's do hummus, so that way we can give her some new flavor. Oh, we're gonna fill that need. We're gonna fill the need with... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Carly's crying. Oh, gotcha. Like, it's good in theory. It's good for when you don't know how to spell the word, but it's terrible at guessing what ones you actually want to say. Right? You're like, oh gosh, Grandma, I'm sorry. Right? Like, I blame autocorrect. Please don't blame me. She's like, I need some rest. Go ahead and go to sleep. No, I said to put her to bed. Oh, it'll fill in random words too, yeah. Oh good, she liked homemade hummus. Let's see, there we go. She's like, Mom, can you please? Alright, go find out what's wrong. For some reason, you said let's hang out, and then autocorrect for some reason put ostrich? What? You were like, I don't remember the last time I used that word, right? Like, what the heck? Okay. Baby Carly is fine now. She's like, nobody has time to play with me. Where's the... Alright, there we go. Let's go play. That way she'll have some fun. You look at your phone like, really? Really? Alright, go to sleep, Bridget. Her hygiene looks like it would be awful, but it's apparently not. Right? You're like, phone, I thought you were supposed to be smart. There you go. Alright, go find out what's wrong with your kid. She's like, I need a diaper change. Oh, goodness. Right? The baby is stanky. Now the question is, where did the diaper go? She's like, I'm gonna go ahead and actually give you... Well, then again, maybe not. Oh, because she didn't do... Oh, it's a dog. It's a little chihuahua. And his name is Dorito. And he is Smart Boy. Alright, now, go ahead and take a nap. We'll have the kids play. Because he's just a puppy. The ferocious chihuahua. Yas. That's our Jojo. That's our little Jojo. Ferocious protective chihuahua extraordinaire. Oh, it's from Family Feud? I haven't watched a whole lot of Family Feud, but it has some funny moments. Now she's like, I'm just gonna go night-night. There you go. Sleep on the floor. It's like, it's no wonder the kid is so tired. Name a dog a burglar would see that would make them reconsider breaking in. The lady says Chihuahua, and Steve turns to the board and goes, the ferocious Chihuahua! I love it! I need to look that up. There we go. At least so far everybody seems mostly happy. She's like, I can't sleep with the TV on. We all know that's not up there. I mean, my Chihuahua, he would have had a burglar. He would have had a burglar going up until the burglar got within 5 feet of him, and then he'd be like, nope, I'm out. No, do not pick up your kid. Do not. You need to put your kid to bed. Why did you pick her up? Yeah, he would just growl in the corner. He'd be like, grr, get away from me. Oh no, you're within 5 feet. Ah! Do not eat the veggie dumplings. Go put your kid to bed. Oh, Aaron's gonna go greet Daddy on his way in from work. Maybe. There we go. Now she's greeting him. He's like, sweet girl that I love. Yeah, go for it. Let's see, do we have the option of play? No? We don't? No, I think that's the cold wind. It's supposed to show that it's winter and it's cold. So he's going, whoo! There, let's get your fun level up by playing with your kid. See, that's a quick way to get their fun level up. And Dorito's like, the baby's crying, the baby's crying. Somebody get the baby. Your grandma, when the dog alerts her to the mailman, she's like, hippity hoppity off to get my proper. She's like, hippity hoppity get off my property. I love it. Now, Emrys, do not touch the baby. Ellis, do not touch the baby. Let the baby sleep. Ah. Ellis, what part of don't touch the baby do you not get? The poor kid. The poor kid just wants to sleep, and you're just like, Here, go to bed. Just kidding. We're gonna put you back on the floor where we just got you. There we go. Let your baby sleep. That's fine. And Ellis will have you fill the dog bowl. You're like, Grandma, they're just doing their job, right? Dad's like, what am I doing, right? Alright, good. She can go potty and then she can go to bed. Hey, how's it going, Dreamer? He's like, I'm just gonna go upstairs and play games. Doing okay? How's the job? I like that it's a little bit more even. We were able to put some stairs in and still be able to make it where everything is perfect. I'm thinking I'm gonna lessen this just a little bit. And lessen the office just a bit. So that way it doesn't look like it's going right up against the stairs, you know? And then I need to put the shower back in to the upstairs. There we go. Eat your veggies and Dad'll buy you candy. That's what I tell my kids, right? You've only had the job with the lawyer for 2 months and made it through without burning everything to the ground. Yes! That's a big desk for a small laptop. I mean, no kidding. But at the same time, it works. Toddler be like, I've got my Wabbit tablet and I'm gonna go ahead and make a big ol' mess in your guys' room. Go sleepies. Go sleepy sleeps. She's making a big ol' mess. She's rummaging through their drawers, so that way she makes a big ol' mess and they have to put it all back. Probably waking up sister in the process. Mom is just over here like, I am exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed before the baby wakes up. Is Dad coming down to go to bed too? Yeah, he's gonna go to sleep. Right? She looks like she's sleeping like a stone. No damage done. Exactly. It's almost Carly's birthday. Which means we get to age her up. We're gonna age her up. Your girls can't come into your room because you store a certain thing there in a safe. That makes sense. Pick a number between 1 and 6. 2, so she's gonna be sensitive. Let's see what outfits we have. You fell asleep once giving your daughter a bottle? Aww. Oh. And then... Oh. We can modify in Cass and take a look at what outfits she has and see who she takes after. I'm not really feeling the hat. I'm gonna get rid of the hat. Oh, she's taking after Emrys. New toddler. Guys, little help. Everything else I love. Everything else I absolutely love. I want to change the color on the glasses, though. We'll kind of give her a pink and purple motif. Right? She's got little peeky tails! It's just in case something happens and you're not there and your wife also knows how to use it. Well, that's good. Oh, that's adorable. Let's go back to her every day, make sure she has something. Okay, good. For formal, we need to come up with something for the bottoms. Ooh, that could be cute, but I think I like the lighter blue, maybe gray or white. And then let's take a look at the PJs. I like that. And then we can... Let's take a look at full body. Let's see about pink. There we go. Yeah, formal options seem rather lack. Oh, here we go. Because we can do... We could do that. But I kind of like her in that. Or do we prefer her more in that? That is actually kind of cute. Let's see. Do we have the socks? I don't necessarily feel the socks, but there we go, some cute shades. That is a really cute outfit for party. And she's got a little skirt on. That's adorable. Now here's where we really need the shades. So let's put her... Huh. Not feeling the color, but that is adorable. Let's take a look at the hat, see if we can find one that's a little more... That actually kind of looks like it would match a bit better. And for cold weather... Ooh, I kind of like that for cold weather. Let's do it. So now we are not having any more kids for a while, so I'm gonna sell the bassinet because they'll give us a new one anyway. Go ahead and put Carly to bed. What? How did the baby, Bridget, end up outside her crib like that? Because she was in her crib, right? Or am I completely misremembering? Yeah, you're right. That does kind of look more flesh-colored versus pink. I'm gonna change that. That actually looks cute. But I'm kind of feeling the purple a bit more, so we know that she's not, you know. You're guessing that's actually a very common question for new parents, right? It probably is. Alright, can we give our kid a bath, please? Your daughter's trying to wear your hat and it looks so funny because it's a 7 3/8 on a toddler's head. Oh my goodness. Please, can we give the kid a bath? Please. You're saying it smells bad, but you're not doing anything about it. No, don't go watch TV. You give her a bubble bath. You don't know how they get it off the hook on the wall? Oh, man. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Good job. Good job, little Sims family. While he does that, we'll have bubble bath, we'll have shaving. It's 3 in the morning. They all should be sound asleep. But it's Sims World. We're just living in it. The Sims, where the kids are kids and so are the adults, but their whole world and society is like this, so it's okay. Exactly. They really are little geniuses, kids are. I am going to take a super quick bio break, but I'm going to let you guys enjoy watching this while we do that. So I will be right back. You're like, they get that from mom because you laugh at fart jokes still. Alright, what did I miss? What have I missed during my time going to the bathroom? They age up so quickly they're never given enough time to fully develop into functioning adults. Exactly. It's like it's 6 in the morning. They're freaking out. Is Bridget trying to go night-night? I hope she is. She's like, I'm super hungry, I'm super tired, I'm just feeling all the things. We'll go ahead and pay the bills. All the kids are just so sad. Go ahead and go to sleep. And then we'll have you put them to bed. So Donna arranges a babysitter for the kids while acting as a babysitter for the adults. Exactly. I'm just like, we have no idea what we're doing. Put her to bed. Can we put her to bed, please? Not on the floor, but on the bed. Let's work our way through all of those and see if she'll actually follow through. No, we're not holding. Just let her sleep on the floor. It's fine. For now. Where's the nanny? The nanny was supposed to be here like an hour ago. Well, not an hour, but close enough. Fix it. Mop it. There we go. Go ahead and put your kid to bed. Like you always should. Emrys goes off to work. Isla will just be, or Ellis will just be like, gonna try and do this on my own. Now, the goal is we are not going to touch the baby while she sleeps. Alright, what are we working on in our small little office space today? Playing video games? Let's check for gigs, because everybody's sleeping. Ooh, Winterfest! You do think it's worth it to stay immature, but to be able to spin around and change clothes, like be able to spin around and change clothes, age up, etc., right? Ooh, that could be cool. That could be a fun one. Let us chat with the client. I mean, yeah, to be able to just kind of go, woo, and we have new clothes on, or for young adults or kids. And if we have the full edit mode, we can de-age. Ah, good. The nanny finally arrived. You'd be down to live in Sims World. It'd be wild. You'd probably be a career ghost hunter, though. Luigi's Mansion every day for work. Oh, that would be cool. Ah, good. The nanny finally arrived. Dorito's like, I must make the neighborhood know that I'm here. And we'll have you write a biography. My life story. One man's tale of climbing the ladder one rung at a time and finally achieving success. There we go. We'll check on how things are going down here. Cool, we got the nanny cooking. Everybody's sleeping. This just proves that I am not meant to be a mom of more than about 2 or 3 kids, because if I had any more kids, A, I would go crazy with all the crying. B, I don't know how we would make ends meet. There we go. She's like, it's so cold. Keep on writing. The nanny's got everything under control. She's like, hi, good morning, sweet girl. You stink. Let's change your diaper. Oh, look at her playing with Jojo. Oh my gosh. That brings me so much joy. Go ahead and change into your cold weather so you're not totally cold. Ad break coming up here soon. How close are we to finishing this book? It's due by Friday, so if we're not, as long as we're done by then, that should be fine. So her needs are fun and energy. Let's go ahead and have her play, because that'll be fun for her. And once Erin wakes up, then she can get a bath. Because she is definitely stanky. Do not use your diaper. Just walk over. Oh well. Too late. She's like, I slept so long and so hard I didn't feel the urge to go, so I used my diaper. Alright, see you guys after ad break. Let's see how her fun level is. Okay, she's good with fun. Go ahead and ask her for a bath, because Mom's working hard on her biography assignment. What the? How did that happen? She's like, okay, I go night-night now. She's like, can I get a bath, please? I would really like a bath. All right, since you asked so nicely. We're almost done with our biography that we need to write. There we go. Let's go ahead and send to client for approval, and then we'll go downstairs and see what they're all doing down there. Oh, we need a shower is what we need. Oh no, it doesn't meet their standards. Well, maybe after a nice shower we'll feel better. We'll let her use the upstairs bath. Right? Wouldn't that be such a cool way to live? She's like, I'm hungry, Nanny. I need food. And poor Mom has been up all night. We're just gonna let her go to sleep for a bit. Let the nanny take care of everything. No, 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 no. There. Now we can do it. Did you take away her food? Why? Okay. We took away the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that apparently was made. But peas are healthier for you, so maybe? There we go. Alright, good. Dad is home. SimWorld does not know this world. Competence? What's that? Is someone gonna take her out of the high chair? We'll see if Emrys does. She's gonna go make a mess, Bridget is. She's like, yeah, I make all kinds of mess. Let's see, we'll go into fast mode. See who all takes care of everybody. Oh, good! She likes mashed peas. Carly probably needs a bath from the look of things. Or at least a diaper change. Wait, where's Bridget going? Why is Bridget out in the snow? And nobody's going with her? She's just like, I'm going out the door. And Carly's outside too. Go on, get a bath from him. Okay, good. Bath time. Because we have this and one more day until we age up Aaron into a child. So I'm thinking we just fast forward through the rest of today into tomorrow and we let and we just let things play out the way they play out and we'll age her up to a child. SimWorld has no concept of such a thing. Would I want to be as helpless as a Sim? Absolutely not. Then again, as a Sim, would I care? I don't know. Oh, you literally just set her on top of her dirty diaper. Hey, how's it going? Why? How's it going? Why? Exactly, your biggest fear is setting anything on fire by, like, French toast. Oh, she's just out running off some energy out in the cold. She's like, I have so much energy. I'm about to have my birthday in like a day. So I need to just like run off all my energy out here. Got a baby sleeping in a water puddle, another baby sleeping on top of her dirty diaper, the toddler's running around like a mad woman. She really does have no fear of the cold. The cold never bothered her anyway. She's like, I just have all this energy and the dog has no fear of the cold. And the parents are just like, yep, we're just gonna sleep through all of this. We're gonna sleep through the fact that our kid is sleeping on top of her dirty diaper. Another kid is sleeping in a water puddle. Our firstborn is running around outside, probably gonna catch a cold. As a Sim, you just say my Shuno to everyone all the time and it'd be great. Even if death came for you, you just pull out a flower and whatever and he'd let you live. Exactly. Alright, so we're gonna fast forward through the day because once we age up our child and kind of figure out what she's going to, what all she's gonna need. Oh, we gotta replace that. Oh, it's Winterfest! That's right. We can't necessarily do that. Otherwise, Winterfest will be awful. Oh, Dorito's grown from a puppy to an adult dog! There's our little Jojo! Look at our Jojo! So that is my character Ellis from the book that I'm writing. And then this is Emrys, also from the book that I'm writing. We'll just let everything play out the way it plays out. I'm kind of getting hungry. We'll see how they all do. We'll see if everybody lives and survives. We got 2 crying babies. I think I have a child's bed in the... Right? They are relatively carefree even when they've just burned their own house to the ground. Exactly. Has the baby even gotten fed? Bridget hasn't even gotten fed. Why are we not feeding her? Sim CPS is going to be very mad at you for not feeding your kid. Thank you. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. Yeah, the nanny can come and hang out. We kinda need you. He's earned money on his holiday. Right? They are definitely a huge help. For sure. There you go. Fill the thing so we don't have to worry about Dorito running away. Go ahead and mop that up. Okay, so first it's Bridget, and then it's Aaron. Okay, so I need to buy one more toddler bed. If I haven't already. Let's take a look at my inventory. I have a child's bed. I need a toddler bed. Let's see, I feel like she would like... No, that one will be for Carly. She's gonna like that one. And then we will place an inventory, so that way, once we age up Bridget tomorrow... It would ultimately depend on whose sim you belong to. You'd live as my sim because I'd take good care of you instead of coming up with torturous ways to cause you to have a run-in with death, right? Exactly. I like having my sims attempt to be happy. I want them to be happy. I want them to, you know, have a good life. I don't want them to be absolutely tortured. My sims just ultimately bring it on themselves. And it's sad. Alright, it is midnight on Bridget's birthday. Let us cook a chocolate cake. And then we're going to go ahead and, since we're aging her up, we're going to sell that. Take a look in our inventory. Bring that bed in. There. Phew. Winterfest is going to be awful for them this year because I've got way too much on their plate. But that is okay. Alright. And then let us add birthday candles. Do not touch that cake, Emrys. Oh my gosh. I told you. I told you not to. I told him to add birthday candles. Now you've ruined it. You ruined your daughter's birthday. There. Now, help blow out candles. Bridget. Now, let's go help your kid. Blow out the candles. Get your daughter. Come on. Can we listen to what I have to say, please? Ellis, why are we not listening? To what I have to say. Thank you. Yay! Bridget aged up. She's a toddler. Alright, so 1 and 8. Pick a number between 1 and 8. 8. So she's going to be an inquisitive toddler. Let us modify in Cass. I am not a fan of that hairstyle. No. That feels more Carly. I like that, but not quite as long. Oh, that's cute. I'm not necessarily feeling the bottoms there. That is cute. That's adorable for her cold weather. We gotta fix her hair again. That's a cute little everyday outfit, but I want it to be like that. That's a cute little hot weather outfit, but that feels more formal, actually. That feels more hot weather. And let's give her tennis shoes. Swimwear. We gotta fix her hair yet again. Let's give her a full body swimsuit. That's adorable. For the party. That is cute. Let's change the color of the shoes. Yeah, that's better. Nighttime wear. don't need shades at night. That's cute. Formal wear, I really like that outfit. I just want to change the colors. Because she's going to be our purple girl. Like our purple and pink. No, that doesn't look good. No. That could be cute. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then for the everyday outfit... I'm kind of feeling that. With some pants. Yeah. I like it. Oh, wait, no. Erin's our purple. Erin's our purple girl. She's our pink and blue. Bridget is our pink and blue. Bridget, don't worry, girl. You can go to sleep. I think we're going to go about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to get some laundry going, or my bedding done, and all that stuff. So, if you guys have anyone you would like to raid to, please don't hesitate to let me know. If only... Ooh, stretchy stretch. Ooh. I seriously wonder what it is that these guys have against putting their kid to bed. Because every time I tell them that to put somebody to bed, they don't. That is a fun question. What video game world would I want to live in the most? Because if we're talking the TV world, I would love to live in Star Trek or Doctor Who. Video game world, this could be an interesting world to live in. That's a real risk-reward kind of thing. Some would be exciting, but so dangerous, right? It would also be kind of fun to live in the world of the Indiana Jones game. I find it so interesting that Erin is the only one that's really taking after Ellis. And by that I mean, like, hair-wise, Bridget and Carly have Emrys's hair, whereas Erin has Ellis's hair, and, like, naturally. And so it kind of makes me wonder if the game kind of knows that, like, if it's kind of going with this whole Erin is maybe not necessarily biologically Emrys's, but maybe Emrys is the stepdad. Because I did create Erin to look a little more, because like when I first made this family, I made them I made them all, like my first 3 Sims. So I love that it's kind of almost naturally making the fact that Emrys could be like the stepfather of Aaron. You might just say like Stardew Valley or similar, play it safe but still have some fun. That totally makes sense. Alright, with him going to take a sleep, we're gonna go ahead and exit before Carly starts crying. You remember back when Digidonna's husband stood in that fire and completely didn't react at all, right? Like, that was craziness right there, is what that was. Let's see who is online that we might want to raid to. Right? Good times for us, not for them. Oh, we should raid my friend Nug. We're gonna raid my friend Nug. He is showing as being more for mature audiences, but he is family friendly. He is a fellow believer. So if you are a sub, feel free to use this emo or this raid message. Otherwise, use this raid message. And we are going to go ahead and send Nug some love. And I hope that you guys enjoy as much as I do. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and always remember, God loves you, and so do I.